Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Let me tell you something, man. The slapping shit went way too far. It went way too far. Claressa slapping Alycia. It sounded like she hit her, at least from what we understand. It wasn't her face, like it was her shoulder. Some people saying it was her hand. The bottom line is it doesn't seem like many of the people who are talking about it knows where Alycia was hit, but I don't think she was hit in the face. I will say that. But this right here, for those who aren't aware, this is the problem. That's Claressa right there. Let me put the volume on for you. Slapping Alycia. Watch this. Listen. So she connected with something. Now you look at Alycia's face. Look at her face right here. Her face is like she can't believe that big whoop just hit her. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm looking at the angle. Alycia seems to be in an orthodox stance. Left foot forward, body angled. So if Claressa hit her, seeing how Claressa threw that shot, it wasn't up high, it was low. So she may have hit her in the hand, arm, or shoulder. But she connected because you heard the pow. So it's crazy. It's just crazy. But the bottom line is, now you got the internet starting the internet. And you know on the internet, these people are crazy. Because this is what's going on. Claressa Shields has single-handedly turned women's boxing into reality TV. Yeah, she's created her own Zeus network over here. You know what I mean? She's created her own baddies. That's what she's done. She said, you know what, for some reason the Zeus network deal ain't work out, I'm going to create my own. It's going to be boxing baddies. And she's the big boxing bully. Big whoa. Out here not caring. This shit, when it comes to females boxing, has shifted from competition, shifted from discipline, athletic excellence, all those things what we used to talk about before. That shit is up and away. It's out of here, man. Now it's all about the online drama, the personal feuds, emotional exchanges, all these viral moments, which we get them damn near every day from Claressa Shields, don't we? So the sport's gaining attention, but at what cost? So now you got the hip-hop world who's a part of this because of Papoose. He's definitely part of it. The hip-hop world is part of it, man. But something that I heard that just really annoyed the shit out of me. Talking about Alycia Baumgardner. She's a snitch. Yeah, snitches get stitches. These are the kind of people that's watching this bullshit online, and this is the comments they're making. Let me tell you something, man. This no snitching mentality, what is that doing inside boxing? How is that coming to boxing culture? You know what I'm saying? Nah. We got to keep 10 toes down. Alycia better not call no lawyers. Don't call the lawyers. Don't call the cops. Handle it inside the ring. Fight back instead of going the legal route. Nah, she's snitching. She need to get stitches. Claressa need to give AB stitches. I'm like, yo, Wyclef said, someone call 911. Call 911 on her ass. You know what I'm saying? She won't do that shit again. But all joking aside, this reflects a broader internet culture where people sometimes glorify the confrontation while dismissing accountability. This is the problem. There are people who are celebrating and appreciating and encouraging the confrontation. but they don't want accountability. So it's like, all right, you know, when Claressa go to jail, then what you gonna say? You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't want all that getting physical shit. Well, this is boxing. Those people who are talking that, they're not boxing fans. They're just out here heard somebody say something about boxing and think they know something about it. That ain't boxing. You know what I mean? You turn up in the ring. Outside the ring, it's a gentleman's sport, and then the women as well. Outside the ring, all that shit, it's not warranted. It will get your attention, but the wrong attention, that will drive severe consequences, man. You see, this is the danger when you get these fans who want all that controversy. They want all this bullshit. You know, they want the drama. They want to see these women fight each other and hurt each other and go to jail. You know, this is the problem. They encourage the escalation, but they don't think about the safety. You know, I'll put it to you this way. Claressa hitting AB. If AB's team or the people around would have reacted aggressively and grabbed Claressa and grabbed Pap and roughed them up and slammed them on the ground, and then Pap's people or Claressa's people, if there were any there, or just fans getting involved and they take sides, now you got chaos. You got the same thing all over again that you had when Claressa and Franchon at the weigh-in for their rematch. You know what I'm saying? So somebody could get hurt. You know what I mean? It becomes a safety concerns because the event had a lot of people there, and if people start fighting and carrying on, who knows if someone starts shooting? You just don't know what's going to happen. See, nobody's thinking about that. Then you talk about the reputation and the legal realities. So careers are put at stake, livelihoods are put at stake, and the career reality is this is what neither one of these women want, and nobody in boxing should want that. But to me, Papoose is bringing that shit. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? This shit about no snitching, man, get out of here. I hate hearing that nonsense when it comes to boxing. What are we talking about? Leave that shit over in the hip hop world. Oh, she's gonna snitch. She's afraid. She's not gonna fight her. Y'all ignoring the size difference. AB will scrap. You acting like AB won't scrap with Claressa. You crazy? AB ain't intimidated by no damn Claressa Shields. Baumgardner will scrap. People are forgetting that MVP has a code of ethics. I'm sure they told their women. We got the ESPN deal. We got these sponsors. We got the branding. We got everything going for y'all. Don't mess it up. What Claressa did is made AB look even better yesterday. Claressa did, if sponsors were paying attention, they looked at AB and said, you know what? We like the way she handled herself with dignity, with maturity. She remained professional. This one right here, this crocodile. Who is that? Oh, that's the Claressa. Oh, that's the one they're talking about, yeah. Yep, forget about her. We just blanked her. She dead. They ain't messing with her. That big quote, putting this big slap on Alycia, her hand or arm or shoulder, whatever it was, it's gonna have big consequences, you know what I'm saying? So all these fans they want them to fight. The size matters, man. In combat sports, there's weight classes for a reason, you know? But it seems that a lot of fans, they don't care about the mismatch. And I'll tell you this, because I got to be real. If Claressa and Alycia could come together and make a fight, I just don't see it happen. Clarissa's 200 plus pounds, 5'9", 5'10". Alycia fights at 130. She probably walks around 140 something, 5'3", 5'4", something like that. Yo, to think they're going to come together at 160, 150 something, I mean, I just don't see it. But if they could somehow make the fight, that's the biggest fight in women's boxing right now. Claressa Shields and Alycia Baumgardner. That's the biggest fight. But the weight is the problem. It was Shadesha Green, but Shadesha Green, you know, she's, you know, making sure she's getting herself together. And she's going through a tough time right now. With losing her trainer and stuff. She got a lot going on. But the bottom line is that was the fight for Claressa. But now, Alycia and Claressa, I mean, yeah, it would sell, but again, the size difference. I don't see it. But social media, man, they'll ignore logic and push emotional entertainment instead, you know, because they just want to see the two of them fight. And fans don't even care about a mismatch. They just want drama. They want conflict. And that just tells you a lot about modern sports culture and the direction that Claressa single-handedly is taking women's boxing. She turned this shit into a circus. You know what I mean? For real. All she need to do now is start juggling tangerines and bowling pins and shit. Because the shit's turned into a circus, man. And yes, fans do see Claressa as a bully. But don't take my word for it. There are people who've called in who knew Claressa from a teenager on the Olympic team. And they talk about it. They say what she's doing is what she's always done. This same shit, trying to bully people, trying to get her way. You know, just doing different things. Basically, you know, using what she has to get what she wants. And they're like, this is exactly what she's always done. So they're not surprised. But for a lot of us, we're surprised. We're like, yo, this girl really is a bully. But I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you, for those who don't agree, public perception, it matters more than the internet sometimes. You know, it really does. When you have someone like Claressa, who's much larger, more physically dominant, right? Appearing aggressive in public disputes regularly with men, with women, viewers are going to instinctively interpret all of this as intimidation, as bullying, emotional instability. So Claressa, that perception has damaged her image. Her image is destroyed. And you know why? She's involved in all kind of controversies with several fighters, with content creators, with promoters. I mean, civilians, her family. I mean, everything about Claressa is some kind of confrontation, some kind of problem. Every single thing. And I'm telling you, there's a danger when it comes to this. Like, check this out right here. There we go. There's a danger when it comes to this constant conflict. I listen to everybody talking. They're like, man, that damn hood, another issue, but this, she gone too far. She need to get sued. The boxing drama's out of control, but you know, this constant conflict, every week there's an issue. They're like, we've been talking about it, we're tired of talking. She has no branding. She has nothing. No one's focusing on anything boxing related. Everything is just these outbursts, this controversy. They're like, we're tired. We just don't trust her to do the right thing. We don't care. And I'm going to tell you what, the point that Claressa's at in her career, the public trust is just not there. She's gone too far, people. I don't care what anyone says. She's gone too far. And I'm going to tell you what, y'all need to be blaming Papoose. Y'all need to be blaming Papoose. Understand his role in the public conversation. Papoose has everything to do with this. 100% he has every single thing to do with what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? He is just sitting back here, and it's just really unfortunate because the stuff that, you know, like Remy has said things about him, and it's just really unfortunate because now you're looking and it's like the stuff that was being said about him, you're like, you know, maybe it was true. You know
Johnny Boy boxing that fight hype, Claressa. I need to know the.
Let me show y'all this right here. This guy right here. Him. He deserved to be blamed, man. This is Papoose, and look at Claressa. That's Papoose and Claressa. This is Mr. and Mrs. Guo, because she seemed to be the one running the show here. I'll bring this over a little bit more. You know, this is ridiculous, to be quite frank. Out here looking crazy, man. Papoose and Claressa. Let me bring this down a little bit more. Look at those faces right there. Claressa and Papoose. This man that came in here and just ruined this chick. What's wrong with Claressa's face right here? Anyway, kind of crazy, man, just knowing that Papoose is the one out here who needs to be blamed. You know what I mean? ever since he hooked up with Claressa Shields. What little drama she had in her life turned to a huge drama with a bunch of people, bunch of situations, and it's just intensified. The public tension is just increased. And it's him, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just a constant when it comes to these controversies, man. Now, some are going to say, nah, Hood, it's Claressa. She's responsible for her own actions. I agree with a lot of that. But all I'm saying is, either way, a lot of us believe the environment around these celebrity relationships and nonstop internet attention can make situations spiral publicly very fast. And Papoose knows that. So he makes sure that there's going to be drama and there's going to be shit going on because he understands their relationship. How everybody's watching them and his fact that he's married to Remy but moving with Claressa. He's like, shit, well, if they're going to watch that, they're going to talk about these other things. So he put together the master plan. Now, this is just my opinion. I believe he put together the master plan to keep her viral. You know, he's got a role in this public conversation, and he needs to be held accountable too. But I'll tell you what, when it comes to Alycia, there's a lot of people who are feeling sympathy and empathy for Alycia. You know what I'm saying? I've read the comments. They're like, this is wrong. She didn't deserve that. Yeah, she talked trash and all that, but no one should put their hands on the other person. And that's what I say. Alycia ends up, she came out the victor in all this. She looks like the victim. You know what I mean? She won. Everyone is looking at her, I would say 98% are like, yo, she was done wrong. She seemed calmer, more composed. She chose not to get caught up in the drama. She was professional. She remained marketable and likable while Claressa continued, you know, with the path of destruction of her own world, her own branding, her own career. You know what I'm saying? That's what Claressa did to herself. Full of emotion, full of aggression, full of reaction. But I'm going to tell you, when it comes to sympathy, that sympathy often goes towards whoever seems less emotional, reactive, and aggressive. And that was Alycia. Cool as a cucumber, not worried about nothing, and she understands she just got this woman who's jealous of her. And that's why those emotional reactions, like what Claressa puts out, they backfire badly. So right now you're looking and you're like, women's boxing needs stability. You at a point in women's boxing where you got the fans talking about she's a snitch. She calls the cops. She's a snitch. If she goes to the court or she files a lawsuit, she sues. She's a snitch. Like, what are we talking about here? This is let you know the different people who they've welcomed into the boxing world. And if I was Alycia, I don't know what I would do, but I know one thing. Someone hit me, I'm definitely going to do everything I can to get to that person. Whatever I pick up, whatever I grab, whatever, you get hit with, your friend get hit with, I don't care who's around. I don't care. Whatever I grab, whatever, man, somebody gonna get it. I don't care. If I don't know you coming to me, you getting it. Don't touch me, don't come in nothing. Everybody getting it. I don't care. You can't put your hands on people, man. You just can't come out here putting your hands on people. And Alycia would have been in the right. Claressa struck her first. So if Alycia would have went Al Capone and just tore that whole place up and poked Claressa up and did all kind of shit, Claressa would have been the one. She came out there with the aggression. She came out there like the terrorist. That's what people need to understand. That's what I'm telling you. This shit can go so far left. And that's what I think is happening with Claressa Shields' career. What's she gonna do next, people? You know what I'm saying? What's she gonna do next? Next thing, she goes even further and decides to punch somebody, male or female, because she feels like she got Papoose, right there by her side, and because of that, she feels she can do certain things. That's not what she wants. It's not what she wants. Because this thing and thinking it's fun and nobody gonna do nothing, go your ass to jail. Because they're not thinking big picture here. Women's boxing finally has visibility, finally has sponsors, networks, mainstream attention, casual fans watching. But I'm going to tell you right now, the boxing fans are watching, they're like, oh man, this nonstop controversy is damaging the women's boxing momentum. And this is a fact. It's not just hurting Claressa, it's hurting all the women. You know, because it's overshadowing talent. The conflict's replacing professionalism. Everything's about conflict, about content, about clicks, views, about drama. It ain't about the professionalism of what they do inside the ring. Nobody talks about that anymore. What they're paying attention to and what they want to know more about is the internet chaos. Damn, nobody cares about no boxing accomplishments. There's a different audience watching what's going on right now. And they're not diehard boxing fans, you know what I'm saying? So the biggest danger when you talk about athletes, especially someone like Claressa Shields and the female, I'm going to say the female boxers right now because that's what we're talking about. The biggest danger, man, is when the emotional reactions start becoming bigger than their actual career. And Claressa Shields' career, yes, she has great accomplishments, but her emotional reactions and her drama has become much bigger than her career, what she's accomplished. And I'll be honest with you, she may have got that Flint Hall of Fame or the Detroit, Michigan Hall of Fame or whatever she got inducted into. As far as the Hall of Fame out here, women and all that, she may get in there, but the first few times, I don't see them putting her in there. Not with all this bullshit surrounding her. She'll get passed over. She may get in there eventually, but she'll get passed over. Don't come out here talking about, well, she's great. She's a great fighter. She's going to get in there. I hear that. Roger Mayweather, may rest in peace. I don't think they ever get that man Trainer of the Year. I got to do some research, but the last I remember, they never really gave that man what he deserved. He trained Floyd. After Floyd's dad went in the joint, him and Jeff, his brother Jeff, but it was Roger was the face in that corner in that training camp. You know what I'm saying? And look how they did him. So, now he was just a vocal guy. He was Floyd's coach. He wasn't caught up in no drama. So I'm just telling you, when it reaches a point where fans stop talking about your greatness, you don't have any sponsors already. So you know that just if someone was reconsidering, that's totally out the window. Opportunities are shrinking for Claressa, and her identity has become controversy. And that's exactly why right now, people are saying the sport needs less chaos and more focus on boxing because you got this new audience that's out here, and look what we're talking about with the ladies. Who's going to call the cops? Who shouldn't call the cops? Who's snitching? Who deserves stitches? Who's the bully? Who needs to get jumped? Who needs to get hurt? This shit is gone way left. This is crazy. Crazy. But I'm telling you, man, this shit's gone too far, man. Way too far. Like, this is a big, big problem to me. So all I'll say before I get out of here is for Alycia, MVP. I want to see what MVP is going to say, what kind of statement, but don't be afraid to call the cops, man. And it's ridiculous that the people already out here talking about snitching and shit. I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. The internet never fails, huh? Anyway, y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.